Mic check.
You better be in the house when them street lights come on. Ain't that what your mama used to tell you? But I bet you when she told you to stay out the streets, she had no idea that the YouTube streets would take over the world. Uncle Juice, public figure Boogie, Baby Down So Raw, Detroit Gossip, and the most dangerous voice in Detroit, Dawgface TV.
Bitch, I talk more shit than Dawgface.
They running shit from coast to coast. Welcome to the danger zone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. My name is Dawgface Calderon. This is Dawgface TV live on everything. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Twitch. I'm on X, aka formerly Twitter. I'm on everything. Y'all know what it is. The big dog is in the motherfucking building. Hey, listen, it's been a while. I've been reconfiguring some things, trying to make sure that we get everything straight. But I'm back, and this time I ain't going nowhere. I want to shout out to the big dog Propane for kind of like blessing me with the opportunity to kind of like use his platform to really elevate this shit to a whole different level. Now, I've been taking over the YouTube streets for quite some time now, but now I have well over 100,000 subscribers who have the privilege to tune in to what I'm saying and what I'm doing and how I'm coming with this shit. Listen, in breaking news, right? There's no subject that is more hot or requires more of a conversation than the situation surrounding the current state of not just hip hop in the city of Atlanta, but just all things that are supposed to undergird and are supposed to provide a backdrop for what we call street behavior or street shit. Now, listen, before I go into my long monologue about what the streets are and what they're not, and what the streets are supposed to represent and what they don't, let's just get this out of the way. I want to prefix, normally I don't prefix anything, but in this particular situation, I want to prefix what I'm about to say with this. Hey, listen, no conscious person, black person on the face of this earth thinks that it is a good thing for black men and women to be involved with street shit, right? It's nothing new in the streets. There's nothing new or exciting about the shit. We know that motherfuckers find themselves in the streets because they're looking for a way out of poverty, looking for a way out of the ghetto. That's what it used to be about. But nowadays, you have motherfuckers who are participating and gravitating towards the street without even having to do that. They do it because they're too psychologically, emotionally, and physically able to do anything else. So they think that going to the streets is a good thing. But let me tell you people something about the streets. It is not easy to survive or to navigate the streets like people think it is. And for the people who believe or under the impression that that's true, that could be the furthest thing from what the truth is, bro. It's harder to survive in the streets than it is to go to school and get a college degree. It's easier to survive. It's harder to survive in the streets than it is to go get a job. It's less profitable to be in the streets than it is to go to school, get a job, get a trade, start a business, or whatever. It's harder to do that. It's harder to be in the streets than it is to do any of that shit. So for anybody who are having any delusions of grandeur, for anybody who still thinks that being a dope boy is the cleverest, coolest shit a motherfucker do, let me tell you that that's the furthest thing from the truth. And I think that everybody from the ghetto, everybody who operate in the streets know that now, bro. Don't nobody think operating in the streets is a slick shit. It's only one or two outcomes. You're either gonna go to jail or you're gonna get killed. That is the reward for operating in the streets. And it don't matter how good of a nigga, it don't matter how given you were, it don't matter how successful you were while you were in the streets. The only two conclusions you're gonna get out of operating in the streets is somebody gonna knock your motherfucking head to the left, or somebody gonna put your ass in the penitentiary. Let me tell you something, bro. Most of the people operating in the street, right? Most of the big drug dealers, I've said this before, most of the motherfuckers who've been selling dope in the street 10, 15, 20 years, most of the motherfuckers are really the police. If you think a motherfucker in this climate, in this day and age, in the day and age of modern technology, where the feds and state and local law enforcement know everything, where the motherfuckers who were doing what you are doing or trying to do before you, if you think those niggas ain't got caught and told on the whole process, you a motherfucking fool. It ain't shit new and clever about the streets. The streets are the streets. The things that go on in the streets, they were going on before you got in them, and they're going to continue to go on when you decide, or if you decide to leave the streets. The streets don't need you. See, a lot of you motherfuckers are under the impression that the streets need you. The streets need me. The streets don't need you, motherfucker. The shit that's been going on in the streets have been going on in the streets long before you even thought of, nigga. Ain't nothing new about this shit. So for all you motherfuckers who think y'all coming down with something new, ain't nothing new whatsoever about none of the shit y'all doing. The city of Atlanta, I have to put belt to ass. And I own homes, and I own property, I own businesses in the state of Georgia. So it doesn't warm my heart to have to spank the city of Atlanta, but it must be done. I would be derelict in my responsibilities as a proper podcaster, as a YouTuber, if I would let motherfuckers in Atlanta get away with the shit they've been doing. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all long because I got shit to do. But we're gonna get into this shit. Now listen, in the latest round of crazy shit, and none of this is new, but it's just a heightened sense of awareness about what's going on in the city of Atlanta with the rap scene and with the street scene. That shit has been brought under the full microscope, under the full lens of scrutiny, because at the top of the totem pole of the street shit, what we thought was the most gangsters rappers in the history of the South. You have the 21 Savages, the Young Thugs, the YFN Lucci's. You got the whole YSL clique. You got Slaughter Gang. You got Baby. You got Quality Control. We were the general public were under the impression that the shit that we were seeing or hearing coming out of Atlanta was the upper echelon of street get money ass niggas. Come to motherfucking find out. That is the speaking of things being the furthest thing from the truth, as you can imagine, that shit is the furthest thing from the truth. So listen, 21 Savage, he went on Big Bank's show. I think it's Perspectives with Bank or Live with Bank or something like that. He went on Bank's show. The conversation about, 21 Savage just dropped the album. So I was thinking that he was going on Bank show to promote all things Savage, because Savage has enough history and he's achieved enough success in the hip hop game and the culture to have had that interview about him and all the trials and tribulations and things that he's going through. But I knew that was too good to be true. I knew that the subject about Baby, QCP, Thug, Gunna, I knew that shit was gonna come up because that's the hottest topic in the land. So Bank don't want to know a motherfucking thing, just like we do. We don't give a fuck nothing about 21 Savage, his new album, none of that shit. We want to hear what 21 Savage has to say, being placed under direct examination by somebody with the credibility that Big Bank Black has. Black is an undisputed heavyweight in the city of Atlanta. He a real nigga. Nobody's saying anything different. And he's one of the last standing OGs in the city of Atlanta who played the streets heavy, came out of it, reinvented himself, and turned his life into something different. So we respect Bank in that, when we examine it in that lens or through that lens. 21 Savage went on Bank's show, and the subject quickly turned to what was going on between Thug and Gunna. Listen, I think we've already covered this story, but for those of you who have been living under the rock and are not aware of my positions on this thing, is this. Hey, listen, Gunna was never supposed to be anywhere near no type of gangster shit, because before he became Gunna, right, it had been exposed that he had already was on some police shit. He was already on he was on TV, the news reports, Crime Stoppers, pointing the finger at somebody who had committed the murder, basically trying to say that, hey, my friend didn't do it, that nigga did it. It wasn't my friend. He dropped names, everything. So everybody knew that Gunna was not a thoroughbred nigga in that way. Doesn't mean he wasn't a good rapper. Doesn't mean that he's not a good person per se. But we already knew going into all this shit. Nobody believed Gunna was no thug. Nobody. Not nan nigga believed that Gunna was a genuine motherfucking street nigga / thug. Nobody believed no shit like that. And you can't point to one motherfucker who thought that. Everybody, specifically the people from Atlanta, they knew that that Gunna's credibility. They knew that Gunna's credibility came from his association with Young Thug and the whole YSL brand. We ain't gonna call him a gang. We're gonna call him a brand. We're not gonna say they was involved with no criminal activity. We're going to say that they were an aggressive hip hop organization, label, whatever you want to call it. Nobody, even the people in Atlanta that I talk to on a daily basis, nobody thought that Gunna was anything other than Thug's sidekick, and that if you fuck with him, it wasn't nothing about what he was gonna do. It was all about how YSL, under the direction of Thug, was gonna respond to you fucking with somebody who they embrace. Young Thug and the entire YSL camp, they embraced Gunna, knowing full well that Gunna had did bitch shit and that he had violated street code, street principles, street ethos. They knew that. Wasn't a motherfucking secret. Even Stephen Wonder could see that Gunna wasn't no thug ass, gangster ass nigga. Atlanta, I charge you. I got to give y'all a fuck nigga file, Atlanta. I got to. I have to give y'all a fuck nigga file because y'all have not been proper shepherds of the hip hop culture. I got to give it to you. I got to pull y'all up on these motherfucking charges, man, because y'all wrong as a motherfucker. I got to pull y'all up. So let's go to this right here. I got to pull y'all up. I want y'all to look at the screen, right? Let me put myself over here, just so we're on the same page. Let me put myself over here. The city of Atlanta, I need y'all to bring y'all ass to the front of the congregation. Not the city, but the hip-hop community. Those who are at the top of the hip-hop totem pole in the city of Atlanta, I'm going to need y'all to bring y'all ass to the front of the motherfucking congregation because y'all in violation of Real Nigga Act 3-C BKQ subsection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y'all on some genuine bitch shit down there. I got to call it like I see it. I'm sorry. Y'all want to fight about it? We can do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to say y'all want to shoot about it because the streets are dead according to y'all. So we ain't got to get no street shit. And I'm not saying nothing wrong. It's not like I'm saying something that's wrong about what the fuck going on down there. I'm holding the city of Atlanta, the hip hop community, right? Because I know some real niggas in Atlanta, so we ain't gonna put this whole thing on Atlanta, but we are gonna put this shit on the doorstep of the hip hop community in Atlanta. 21 Savage, since you have been the most vocal, right? Lil Baby, Young Thug, not so much Lucci, because Lucci crew basically kept a G, but that whole YSL camp. And now, Slaughter Gang, 21 Savage, you are in this shit up to your motherfucking neck because you have admitted, knowing that at least Gunna was a bitch ass nigga and that he had violated street principle. 21 Savage, you have admitted, knowing from the very beginning, at the start of QC Quality Control, that Pierre QC P. Thomas was a diabolical motherfucking rat. You've admitted knowing it. I don't know. Hey, listen. I don't know what the fuck kind of weed 21 Savage is smoking down there. Y'all must got some new shit. Because what in the world would make you go on Big Bank show, knowing how visible Bank's podcast is, and admit to the things you admitted, and then you follow that up by going to Twitter and further driving the nail into your motherfucking coffin by admitting not only your knowledge of what the fuck was going on in Atlanta, but the knowledge of all the other major players involved with the hip hop community. You basically gave well, I'm not gonna say you gave them up, because you can never say exposing who knew what, when, where, and how when it comes to niggas hiding and covering up rat shit. We can't say that was exposing anybody. So I want to make sure I use the right shit. So it wasn't exposing nobody, right? Well, maybe it was exposing, but it's not in the police way. It's not in the derogatory way. And you actually did us a favor, because a lot of people, we knew that you niggas knew that QCP was a rat. We knew, as in the general public, I'm speaking for the general public, not just for me, right? We knew that you niggas knew that Gunna was a rat. We knew that you niggas knew that QCP was a rat. Y'all sat back and watched as the YouTube streets judge QCP, judge Gunna, judge Thug, judge YSL, judge the entire Atlanta hip hop, judge Lil Baby, judge Rollo. You 21 Savage, you sat back and you watched this shit go on, and you were silent. Your silence is a form of acquiescence. And for those of you who don't know what the word you acknowledged it. Acknowledged it. What in the fuck is wrong with 21 Savage? I'm trying to figure out, Savage, what kind of weed was you smoking? What made you tell on the whole hip hop community in the city of Atlanta? But I need to be honest. You didn't really tell us or admit to anything that we didn't know. But to tell you the truth, it was like a breath of fresh air when 21 Savage sent those tweets out. It was the Big Bank interview was a breath of fresh air, because Savage was, he wasn't in his body. He was just simply explain. 21 Savage was, as a real nigga, was caught up in a dilemma. Do I expose? See, because Atlanta had to wrestle. The South had to wrestle control of the hip hop community from New York and from LA. They had to wrestle it from them, right? It wasn't easy for Atlanta to kind of like be known. And I get it. 21 Savage and the rest of the guys who were covering up all this ratting going on down there, they didn't want to destroy some of their most iconic figures who was holding hip hop down, because they thought it would have ended their run. But Savage, here's the thing. You're never supposed to place principle. You're never supposed to place your credibility on the line for fuck shit. You're never supposed to place fuckery above real nigga shit. Never. You ain't never supposed to do that. Never. You ain't never supposed to replace or put fuckery over what we call real nigga shit. If you are operating in the streets and if you're claiming to be from the streets, you're never supposed to do that. And you know that. And that's why I'm more mad at 21 Savage than I am anybody else down there. Because in the wake of the YSL situation, in the wake of all this Gunna shit and Thug shit, in the aftermath of that, 21 Savage was standing at the top, not only because he's one of the most successful artists coming out of the city of Atlanta, but because he's been able to maneuver himself and his crew away from, over, or through a lot of the bullshit that has befell a lot of the Atlanta's top rappers. He ain't no amigo. So he ain't getting beat up, slapped down. He ain't getting hoed. He ain't getting tricked out of $150 million by another mother. He ain't none of that going on. 21 Savage reputation was and still is, right? It was and still is, has him looking like one of the realest niggas that ever, that at least in this generation of hip hop artists, 21 Savage is known as one of the realest niggas in the game. It hurts me to have to put belt to ass. Dawgface, what are you saying? I am putting the Atlanta hip hop community, welcome to the fuck nigga file hall of shame. I'm gonna need you niggas to put y'all head down. I'm gonna need you niggas to put y'all heads down in shame. That's what I'm gonna need you niggas to do. I'm gonna need y'all to put y'all heads down in shame. Because what in the fuck do you niggas think y'all got going on down there? You niggas in Atlanta are not bigger than the program. The program existed before y'all was even born. Y'all not bigger than the streets, Atlanta. I'm talking to Atlanta's hip hop community, right? Everybody know that I'm an animated sort of nigga, but this don't even require no shouting and yelling and none of that kind of shit. Atlanta, y'all not bigger than the motherfucking program. The streets didn't start in Atlanta. They ain't gonna end in Atlanta. What the principles and the bylaws and the ethos of what we consider the streets, those things are nationwide, worldwide, dare I say. Gangsta shit is gangsta shit, no matter where you from. Atlanta, y'all are the rap community. Let me make sure, because you know how y'all get. The fuck nigga file. Violators, Atlanta's rap community. Offense number 1 is covering up bitch type, hoe type behavior. Let me play the music for y'all. Let me play the music. Hold on. Because the music is good. That's number 1. Did y'all hear Shorty Low is turning over his motherfucking grave. Shorty Low, the Bowen Home legend, he didn't die for this shit. Trouble. Shorty Low, trouble. They turn it over in their motherfucking graves, looking down or up, whatever you prefer, at the current state of hip hop in the city of Atlanta. The offense number 1, covering up bitch type, hoe type shit. Dawgface. What do you mean? It's simple. Don't take Johnny Cochran. It doesn't take Mark Garagos. It doesn't take Benjamin Crump. It doesn't take. Listen, 21 Savage. I'm gonna just read the charges off, and now I'll go to the other things so we can just rock like that. Atlanta, y'all in the fuck nigga file. Atlanta's rap community. Violators, Atlanta rap community. Offense number 1, covering up bitch type, hoe type behavior. Offense number 2, making 6ix9ine look like a real nigga. And I'll explain later. Offense number 3, failure to hold hip hop as a culture down properly. That's what y'all being charged with. Now listen, 21 Savage. Bro, you never gonna get me. Listen, we knew what was going on anyway, right? But it's one thing, it's like Donald Trump. We know what Donald Trump on. But and we know he's not going to admit what we know is going on. We know that the presidency has been compromised since at least the Clinton administration. We know that everybody from Bill Clinton on forward, the people who operated, who were presidents, they have all been compromised by Russia, China, or Israel. We know that, right? But it's one thing to hear a member of a parliament, a member of the government, a member of the cabinet. It's one thing. It's one thing to hear them admit to their wrongdoing. What 21 Savage did by going on the Big Bank interview is that he admitted that Atlanta, the upper echelon of Atlanta's hip hop community, they have been engaged in accepting and covering up rat ass behavior for the better part of a decade. And they've done it with their chest out. And the reason why I'm on your ass, Savage, is because of this. You niggas have been rapping and rapping and rapping and rapping in interview after interview after interview and tweet after tweet after tweet and motherfucking Instagram post after Instagram post after in TikTok and Facebooking. Y'all have been talked about that rat is a rat, is a rat, is a rat. Ain't no excuse for ratting, ain't no justification for ratting. And y'all have went a step further than just calling ratting out for what it obviously is, based on how we look at it. If you were a street nigga, if you were a hood nigga, y'all wasn't in the wrong, but y'all have been putting an extra. Y'all been putting in the dope game metaphor. Y'all been putting a 10 on the 2. Y'all been putting a 10 on the 2. There's nobody who's been more vocal about rat ass behavior in the urban culture, in the black community, in hip hop than Atlanta artists. No wonder when Lil Baby made that song dissing Gunna, Gunna's response is, nigga, who the fuck you think you talking to, nigga? I know you ain't talking to me when you've been working for a rat your entire career. And niggas like, what the fuck Gunna say? Y'all heard what he said? Gunna is the one, and listen, they was fucking with Gunna. If y'all know that Gunna knows shit about y'all and knows something about y'all system, why y'all even, see, it's Thug's fault. All this shit is Thug's fault. Because Thug, we know it's his fault because of the way he tried to handle Gunna. What Thug should have done is recognize that, hey, this is my creation, it's Gunna. This is my creation. I should have never had him around this shit, right? And my thing is, Thug, you on all these interviews crying about how Gunna violated you and violated your trust when you knew that he wasn't right to begin with. How in the fuck can you be disappointed in a nigga that you know is flawed to begin with? How? I want you to explain to me. Young Thug, let's have a conversation. It's me and you. I'm talking to Young Thug. I think I'm gonna get back to you, Savage, but right now I'm talking to Thugger. How in the world could you be on all these interviews acting incredulous, acting like you hurt, acting like you feel that you can't sleep at night because this motherfucker decided to take a cop and to admit that YSL is a gang and admitting that he's aware of members of YSL who committed crime? How could you faking by acting? Listen, hey, Young Thug, I need to give you. Wait, hold on. Let's give Young Thug a round of applause for that Emmy Award, that Golden Globe Emmy Award winning performance. Young Thug, there's no way in the world, if you a real nigga like you saying you are, there's no way in the world that you could be hurt or shocked or surprised by what Gunna did in that trial by taking that cop and admitting that YSL was a gang and admitting that he knew about crimes that were taking place, that had took place by members of YSL. There's no way that you could be shocked or surprised about that shit. You know how we know? We know because 21 Savage tweets told on y'all. Y'all been the number one conveyors of all this gangster shit. But come to find out, y'all been playing in our face the whole time. And that's why I'm mad. I'm mad because y'all been playing in our proverbial faces the whole time. Y'all been Boston Richie a rat. It's been questions about T.I. being a snitch. It's been y'all Atlanta rappers have weighed in on everything that has been rightly or wrongly so. Atlanta has been at the forefront of calling and labeling niggas snitches, and they've been at the forefront of trying to like stand on from what we thought were the principles of what it meant to be a street nigga. They've been standing on this shit. Young Thug, your whole motherfucking Big Bank Black interview, Perspectives with Bank, all that shit was Emmy Award worthy. It was Golden Globe worthy. It was, what is the biggest, is the Emmys the biggest award show for actors? That shit was like Al Pacino-esque. You acting like you heard about Gunna when you know motherfucking well that Gunna was never cut like that. The first thing you should have did, Young Thug, is this. The first thing you should have done was instructed your Brian Steele and your entire legal team to get Gunna the fuck out of there, because you knew he wasn't gonna stand up. It's your fault, Thug, because you were at the top of the YSL. So you brought him in. He broke down like we all knew he was gonna break down, because we were all aware that he was already a compromised motherfucker to begin with. You were the one holding him near and dear to your heart. The rest of this, trust me, bro. The rest of the city of Atlanta was talking like that nigga rat. He ain't right. He a soft ass nigga. He this, that, rightly or wrongly so. Just what the streets of Atlanta have been saying for a decade now, 7, 8 years at least, almost a decade. They've been saying that, and they've been saying you've been supporting him and holding him up and pushing him out there like he's the realest thing in the world. This is all your fault, Young Thug. It's nobody's fault but your behavior, your inability to be able to properly lead a crew has gotten Atlanta to where they are in the fuck nigga file Hall of Fame. And to violate this offense number 2, y'all make 6ix9ine look like the realest nigga in it. 6ix9ine's whole disposition is, motherfuckers are calling me rats, but they rats too. Now, some people may have an issue with that. Hey, you can't call me no rat. No, yes, they can. Yeah, yes, 6ix9ine does have a say-so in this. Well, Dawgface, how can 6ix9ine have a say-so in this when he already a rat? So listen, it don't matter what he is, right? There's still truth in what he said. Now, I'm going to stop talking. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I'm going to let it play for you. And then we're going to make a determination. I'm going to tell me, does 6ix9ine have a point here?
Yo, if you watching this video, you about to hear some fucking facts. And people don't like the truth because it hurts them. I was going to do this video on TikTok. You know where you put the picture in the background and you start talking? But these facts right here need 100-inch. You see this bitch ass sticker right here? Yo, listen, they gonna skip this.
Yeah, he called 21. He's finna showcase 21 Savage tweets. Yes, he did call 21 Savage a bitch. We can't stop him from saying what he's gonna say. Is it appropriate? I know members of the Slaughter Gang, men and women who are affiliated with the camp, 21 Savage. I'm not even gonna argue whether he's a bitch or not. Nobody thinks he is, but of course 21 Savage is on, the Gunna with 6ix9ine is on his shit. So of course he finna go full fucking nuclear. He finna go DEFCON 5 on niggas. So we can't even get mad. Let him say his shit, then we can come back and examine whether it is what it is or not. Let's go.
The facts hurts people's feelings. I just need y'all to know that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Now hear this out. This bitch ass nigga says, yo, hold on, let's start with this. Gunna, Young Thug. Y'all niggas fix that shit. Y'all love each other. Niggas knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. And we swept it. We, not them. We, as the whole Atlanta. We swept it under the rug for you. You know, he wasn't trying to leave you to hang, nigga. Fuck the streets. Now it's fuck the streets when it's convenient for you. The album sales is not selling, nigga. The Drake stimulus pack is not selling, nigga. Now y'all talking about, yo, fuck the streets. I've been talking about this 5 years ago. Y'all bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all.
Now, so here it is. It is not just 6ix9ine who feels this way. It is not just 6ix9ine who feels this way. Even though he has a humongous voice, he's saying what he's saying. And of course, it's a retaliatory thing because He told on some niggas. So he was ridiculed by the hip hop community, just the culture as a whole, right? So now, of course, he's on the quest to point out, hey, I ain't the only one. It's motherfuckers who y'all look up to and y'all hold in the highest regards who are just as guilty of doing the shit I did, if not worse. So can we shoot him down and say, hey, fuck that. What's up, though, Gangsta Astrology 313? Y'all know what it is. You tuned into the best. It's DawgfaceTV. I'm a part of the YouTube streets. We still rocking. Shout out to everybody who joined us from Propane Media page. There's 100,000 subs up over there. We tapped in. We going live from Propane Media page, too. So go subscribe to Propane Media. Go subscribe to it. We rocking from there, too. So listen. So 6ix9ine is coming down this, right? Coming down means he's coming, he's breaking this down in this particular way. He's coming down. Does he have a right to say what he's saying? Does he have a right to point out that there's some favoritism, what I call selective gangsterism? You can't call one nigga a rat. And then when a motherfucker, part of your crew, do some rat shit, you don't want to call it out. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to acknowledge it. And on top of that, you do everything in your power to cover up. So it's not just like motherfuckers just ignore it. They actually use their power and influence to help cover up all the rat type shit that was going on in Atlanta. And that is a violation. So let's get back. Let's 6ix9ine get his issue off.
When he told the first time, so you know, homie, a rat, but it's convenient for me, yo. My best friend could rap. You from Atlanta? He could rap, but y'all niggas can't. Yo, no, it's different, bro. It's different. I've been saying this for 5 years. When he told the first time, we swept it under the rug. Where the morals? Ain't you a street nigga? Where your principle? Where your honor? You know whom you rap, but you swept it under the rug. It get worse. QCP, I told you to your face. You did wrong at the party, but I never bashed you on the internet. Why? Because it would have made the city look bad. Because you was putting all the young niggas on. And that would have fucked up the money. So you ready to eat from a rat? What happened to all good money? All money not good money. That was just bashing Kodak.
Y'all was just bashing Kodak. They were just bashing Kodak. Why were they bashing Kodak? Because Kodak Black got paid. He took $1 million to do a verse, a 16-bar verse on the song with 6ix9ine. And the entire city of Atlanta, everybody bashed the fuck out of Kodak, saying that he was wrong because Kodak for sure was a street nigga. As a street nigga, you taking money from a snitch. Even though it was $1 million on the floor, you took it and they bashed the fuck out of Kodak. No, you can't dispute it. There was no understanding. He a rat, you rat for that. He a rat, you fucking with him, you a rat too, you wrong as a motherfucker. They bashed the fuck out of Kodak for doing that song with 6ix9ine. Even though on the song, he dissed 6ix9ine on the goddamn song. They bashed the fuck out of Kodak for that. The same rappers that bashed Kodak and had something to say about Kodak taking that motherfucking money from 6ix9ine, that $1 million in that verse, the same motherfucking rappers, same ones, were covering up the fact that Gunna had been a rat. He been told on shit. He been a compromise. That is like you finding out that one of your mans is a DEA informant, but you don't want to tell nobody he a DEA informant. Y'all embrace the nigga, rap with him, do songs with him, do videos with him, do concerts with him, do guest appearances with him. Y'all share his album when his album drop. Y'all go on a full-blown promo run for Gunna, knowing that he was bogue already. And then when he does the shit that he does in the YSL trial, everybody, they fake like they upset. They fake like they shocked. They fake like they can't believe it. That's called gaslighting. Gaslighting is when you are telling an obvious lie, or you're trying to use your power, influence, authority, or some slick speech to cover up the fact of something that you know is true. trying to hide the fact, trying to muddy the motherfucking waters. Atlanta is guilty of this. 21 Savage. 21 Savage admitted that they covered up. They knew Gunna was a rat the whole time and covered it up. And then he went on further. He went off the deep edge. 21 Savage don't give a fuck. Savage went savage mode. Hold on.
Girl, bye.
"21 Savage went savage mode. Not only did he admit that they knew Gunna been a rat, but he went further by admitting that they, like we all knew, and know the QCP thing is personal with me. You know why. You don't know why, just Google QCP versus Dawgface. It's the history there, right? And then I want to bring in the Whack 100 element too, because Whack 100 is a lying bitch ass nigga. When QCP admitted that they knew that when 21 Savage admitted that the whole city of Atlanta, all the rappers, all the gangsters, they run around with QCP and know QCP one of the biggest rats in the history of Atlanta. In the history. Well, QCP was a civilian. No, the fuck he wasn't, you stupid ass, ignorant ass niggas. You put your head in the sand ass niggas. QCP got shot and his homeboy respectfully got killed. I don't know if I can say it respectfully, got killed during a drug transaction. When QCP is talking about his homeboy getting killed and him getting shot, they were in the middle of a drug deal going bad. So that right there, that take that civilian shit and blow it out the motherfucking window. They covering up because it is beneficial to them as a city. And then he put the whole thing on the entire culture. Every rapper down there is guilty. Every rapper, every person in the music business, every executive, every somebody who's standing on being a real nigga. Now, if you're L7 Square, we don't give a fuck. Shout out to Brooklyn. What's up, Brooklyn? Brooklyn's in the building. Brooklyn's in the motherfucking building. Brooklyn's in the building. Everybody, if 21 Savage knew it, Lucci knew it. If Lucci knew it, T.I. knew it. If T.I. knew it, salute to Brooklyn. They all knew it. So if we now know that y'all knew that Gunna was a whole nigga according to the streets, even though he's selling more records than you and all you niggas together, Gunna is selling out shows by his motherfucking self. It don't take 10 niggas on the show for Gunna to sell out arenas from coast to coast. Now that we know for a fact that you niggas covered up this ratting, it's going to be hard for y'all to convince anybody of anything else. It's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for y'all to admit anything else. So when y'all come with this shit right here, here you go. When y'all come with this is 21 Savage on X. When y'all come with this fuck the streets, Young Thug, fuck, yeah, fuck the streets. What do you mean? Seems like everybody's in a corny race right now. Hey, Savage, I can't let you. This one right here. This one right here, Savage. Seems like everyone is in a corny race right now. And this was in October, so he wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? But when you say it seems like everybody's in a corny race right now, Savage, I don't know if you're going to be able to get that one off, Savage. I don't know. Because a motherfucker calling y'all out on y'all shit in terms of y'all by your own admittance and acknowledgement. The principles that y'all so proudly and so boldly profess to the whole world, bro. Y'all made niggas do shit to other niggas because niggas was rats. Y'all made niggas take hard positions. Y'all know how influential y'all are. 21 Savage, Young Thug, they are. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Some of the most powerful figures in hip hop in this generation, influential. No, bro, y'all can't do that, bro. And now y'all saying the streets is fuck the streets. Fuck the streets now. Hey, listen, bro, you can't say fuck the streets when it has been discovered that y'all have been violating the principles and the codes of the streets. That ain't how that go. You don't get to say fuck the streets and then make people look like they're small-minded or they're uncultured or they're not civilized because they're trying to put, no, nigga, because when you niggas had the gun, it's called the pot calling the kettle black. It's called it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the motherfucking gun. Now that we know, according to your own listen, we heard the leak phone, jail phone calls, Thug. We know that they have been telling Lil Baby from the beginning of his career. Thug was already on his way to becoming a superstar at the beginning of Baby's career. It was already that. We already know that Thug for sure was telling Lil Baby, QCP is a snitch. Don't fuck with him. He's no good. He's no good. He's no good. Y'all been talking behind QCP back, but smiling in his face for a decade. No wonder he mad. Now, I don't even jack QCP. But on this one, I'm going to have to ride with P because Thug, it wasn't your money that turned Lil Baby into a star. It was QCP's money, his backing, and his business acumen. I don't even fuck with him. But I got to tell the truth when the truth is required. We know that Thug with the Baby like, man, get out this shit, get the rapping, here goes some bread, get about that. What? That's not, you telling him that is not what turned him into a star. It's not. It's not. The YSL machine is not the machine that was behind Lil Baby that turned Lil Baby to a star. It was QCP's money, his connections, his contacts, and the other artists that he had on his label that turned Lil Baby to what he is right now. That's the truth. It's all about the truth over here. Without like a nigga not, we're going to put truth on the motherfucking flow. Atlanta, Lil Baby, Young Thug, 21 Savage. T.I., you knew about this too? We know Lil Boosie ain't from Atlanta, but Lil Boosie been there a long time. He knew about it. So all you niggas knew Gunna was a rat. All y'all knew Gunna was been a rat, been bold. And then when he come down bold on YSL, y'all was all faking, like y'all was shocked by it. I didn't know. What did he do? Clutch his pearls. Bring the dresses out. Bring the chopsticks out. We gotta get this nigga together. That's what they were saying to the whole world. They was faking, acting like they was all new. I want to say houseway, but I don't want to be that cliche, right? Y'all did not keep it real. So not only is Atlanta, not only did y'all introduce all this old alternative lifestyle behavior to hip hop, I was all set to say Atlanta is the one who introduced homosexuality to hip hop, but I can't say and stand on it because we know that New York with the whole Africa Bambaataa, the whole Diddy, all this old fruit ball, we know that all them fruitcake that shit. Atlanta is how homosexuality was able to invade hip hop. That was Atlanta. I mean, that was New York. That wasn't Atlanta. We ain't gonna get that to them. The shit that Diddy did that shit. Did 4-2 Doug benefit from that car anyway? No, Doug was signing 4PF, not quality control. And even though Baby was a quality control artist, he had his own imprint. So even though Doug does know QCP, Doug is not part of quality control. He's not one of the Detroit artists who was ever signed to quality control. So no, Doug don't have nothing to do with that. It's since you asked the question. Right. But to be acting like y'all are so shocked. To be acting like y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on. Don't look good, brother. I'm not even finna add y'all up like that because I'm in a good mood today. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a bad mood, because I got good shit going on right now. If I was in a bad mood, I probably wouldn't be so generous in terms of, but y'all knew it. And y'all knew QCP was a snitch. Everybody in the hip hop business, everybody in the music business in Atlanta knew QCP was a big snitch. Y'all covered it up. Y'all didn't acknowledge it. But see, here's why I'm mad at y'all. I'm not mad about y'all not telling y'all own business. I'm mad that in the process of y'all covering up QCP and Gunna being rats from way back, y'all was using y'all voice to condemn other motherfuckers for doing the same shit the niggas y'all fuck with and cool with and eating with and parlaying with and have done. You can't do that. Savage, you're wrong as a motherfucker. And Big Bank Black, you know them niggas is wrong. As a motherfucker. Black, why are you codifying and cuddling these niggas on these interviews? Black, why didn't you say, hey, thug, mob rule, nigga? Since you so stuck on principle and the elements that support and undergird gangster shit, why didn't you say, well, my nigga, you brought him in to YSL? There's no way you didn't properly vet him before he was already a superstar when you brought Gunna into the fold. There's no way you did not know or should not have known. There's no way somebody didn't tell you, hey, that nigga already told on some shit. Him. Ain't no way. You embraced him because you knew you saw a dollar. It's all about the dollar in Atlanta. It don't matter if a nigga gay, rat. It don't matter if a nigga is a snake. Don't matter nothing. Long as nigga y'all can eat off a nigga, that's all y'all concerned about. And that's a motherfucking shame. That is a shame if you ask me. That is a motherfucking shame. Shame. Shame on y'all. And again, I'm not mad at y'all for covering up. I get it. I get the whole cover up because, like you said, if we would have fucked up the continuity, fucked up the motion we had in Atlanta, and it took us a long time to get to where we are right now, and we want to fuck that up by telling the truth. I'm not mad at y'all about that. I'm mad because y'all use y'all power, influence, money, and y'all use y'all unity to go at other motherfuckers who had ratted too, while ignoring the shit y'all was going on in your own backyard. That ain't right. I don't know if y'all fucking with Jigga kicking that weak shit. Jay-Z voice. Jigga. Don't smell right. I ain't gonna say it's right. I ain't gonna No. No. Let me think about it for a second. Can I justify, right? Can I justify Atlanta's hip-hop elite covering up the fact that Gunna was a rat, covering up the fact that QCP was a rat? Can I justify that on this side of things, when on this side of things, they have admitted to knowing that niggas was rats, but covered it up so as not to make Atlanta look bad and not to fuck up the money? All this shit about, oh, I can't fuck with you. Think about what 21 Savage is saying. 21 Savage said about Rollo, hey man, I don't know if it's a lot of information coming out. I don't know if it's true, not true, but you know what I'm saying? I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about you on out loud, but I can't rock with you because I don't know how to figure this shit out. Right? 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 So can we justify this? Can we justify this? Can we justify 21 Savage knowing that these niggas are some rat bastards, some despicable rodents? Can we justify that when you compare it to the fact that they was using their power, influence, and their voice to criticize other niggas who was ratting? But y'all had the rats in your own backyard. That ain't no gangster shit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for a way to figure this shit out. But it can't be figured out. You can't rationalize and reason this shit. Niggas is wrong. I'm gonna need an apology from Atlanta's hip hop community. Cause y'all wrong as a motherfucker. And the streets is dead. No, it ain't. Who said that? First of all, the streets don't need you niggas. Never have, never will. You niggas are under the impression that the shit y'all do makes up or created what's going on in the street. Like y'all keep the street going. A rap nigga could never keep the street going on nothing. Cause that ain't no street niggas. Half the niggas not street niggas. Let me tell you. The streets gonna be here. We're here long before you niggas ever got here. You rapping, dress wearing ass niggas. What's you niggas talking about? The streets is dead. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They evolve, they morph. No, what was hot then may not be hot now, but ain't shit changed about no motherfucking streets. The players in the street are the niggas that die and go to prison. But other than that, this shit gonna keep on going. Long, you niggas don't stop nothing. You niggas need to be held accountable. I'm giving Atlanta's hip-hop community a fuck nigga foul. Y'all have been officially inducted into the fuck nigga Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. It don't give me no motherfucking joy to do it, but you niggas is wrong. It's Dawgface Calderon, Dawgface TV, Propane Media, YouTube streets. Y'all know what it is. Atlanta. I'll be back. I'm finna go handle some business. When I come back, I'm putting belt to ass. Just know that. Y'all know I'm be playing on motherfucking games. Belt